This first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Weston Golf Club in Weston, Massachusetts, bringing you the 2026 Boston Open APTA Grand Prix with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local tournament sponsors: Pure Hockey, Labor, Worcester Air Conditioning, Bully Boy Distillers, Weston Golf Club, Scott, Aon, Aureus Asset Management, Corient, Miller and Company, MGS Group, Surfside Vodka Drinks, Win Stanley Enterprises, Corcoran and Haviland Insurance Group, Narragansett Beer, and Xenon Paddle. I'm Randy Markey here with Brad Easterbrook, bringing you this women's quarterfinal match between our number 8 seed Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia against our 2 seed Lisa Lalic and 4-time national champion Macy Elliott. Our chair umpire today is Judy Mitchell. Brad, it's great to be with you.
Thanks, Randy. It's a pleasure to be out here. I'll do a quick introduction of the players on the court, which will be kind of funny because they're literally all bundled up in giant parkas and but on the far side, on the top of your screen, to the left, you have Macy Elliott. Oh, there you go, left of your screen. And then her partner, Elizaveta Lalic. And Macy's director at the Rolling Hills Racquet Club in Wilton, Connecticut. And Elizaveta Lalic at the Essex Hunt Club and at Maidstone. And you have Carrie Delmonico, former national champion, like 2005, I believe. And she is on the bottom right of your screen, and her partner, Lauren Gebbia. And I'm looking forward to a good match. And we should note it's 2 out of 3 sets, regular scoring here. Judy Mitchell in the chair. They've done a good job. They have, I guess, complete warmers on the seats now, battery-powered, keeping them up there in case anybody gets worried. You know, Englanders are hardy, but it is cold out there. It's a negative feel-like temperatures with the wind. So what do you think about the match, Randy?
I think I'm glad I'm inside.
And Randy, you're coming to us from Park City, where it's about 40 degrees today. You say you're going for a hike. I am here in Boston. It's sunny and it is cold. And these guys are going to get about their business quickly. I look at this match. I just am not sure how Delmonico and Gebbia are going to hurt them consistently. Delmonico's great at moving the pieces around, bump lobs. And she attacks when she pushes you off the net, but she's also very tricky. And Gebbia can thump it pretty hard, but there are places for Elliott and Lalic to go where they can, blunt the offense a little bit. There's very little place to go against Elliott and Lalic where you're not going to face a big drive.
Yeah, I think the firepower on that side of the net with Elliott and Lalic is as good as it gets in this game. And I think you're right. I mean, Carrie and Lauren are, they've been playing together for years. They know each other's rhythm. But I think there aren't a lot of safe places on this court as they're looking across the net.
No, not at all. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't see if Gebbia and Delmonico, the problem is if they play it too fast, I think that's a losing proposition from the get-go. They're going to have to lob really well and get good setups and be in the points as long as they can make them. The shorter these points go, the worse it's going to be for them. Even if they're not winning them all, if they're staying out there longer in these, and again, it's negative feels like temperatures, so a short lob, it's going to be great drop shot weather, and you'll be able to finish in the screen. It's actually harder to spin the ball the colder it gets. It's harder to compress it as much, but it is a lot easier to drop shot and get the ball to die into the screen, that's for sure. All right, for those of you out there, we are streaming all 4 courts, 2 of which will be live stream commentary. On our other one, we have Sarich and Sullivan, and they're playing a tough matchup with Morgan and Sikora. All right, looks like they're getting underway here. I expect Judy Mitchell will be chiming in soon. They're moving the ladder off the court. In comes tournament directors, Jackie Cameron.
It seemed like a good idea, but I don't fit.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see some layers coming off. Not yet.
Yet. We can see their faces now, which is a good start.
There you go.
But a big shout out here to the tournament directors and the APTA for yet another fabulous Boston Open. This is always one of my favorite tournaments. The energy at this tournament and the support from the community is always remarkable.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's had a fun atmosphere in general. Like fun to see in the draw again. Former national champions Nicolescu and Radesno. They're out there. Vicky Stoklasova was out there in the draw today, playing with Tirna Kavanagh, a two-time national champion, and sort of the return of Stephen Mitchell and Johan Durant, who are both in the men's draw, and we'll be able to see Johan Durant playing in his quarterfinal match after this. So it's been amazing having them back. So it's definitely an atmosphere out here. It's a lot of fun. It kind of blends the old and the new. And, of course, Mitchell and Durant were, the mainstays of this Boston area paddle, and they really brought it to a whole new place up here. And so the tournaments had that kind of feel the whole way through.
It's fun to see them back in the draw, even if they're not together. I got to call a match with Steven yesterday, and just fun to see him back out there having fun,
Having fun and playing like an alpha, not like that he could have been for, many years, but he's playing with Johan Durant, and they worked that out. All right, here we go. We're getting underway, and that is Macy Elliott to serve to Carrie Delmonico. Oh, and we're getting a little Judy Mitchell chiming in there. It's our umpire up in the chair.
Okay. Sorry, hang on. You are. All right, I gotta get to.
Boring pad all set up.
You're on the left.
Okay, yes, you can hear the chair umpire. She's getting the lay of the land here. All right, Delmonico Gebbia up on the left-hand side of the chair. And she, of course, has all the court director stats. She's going to plug in the score every time as it goes in there. We'll bring up those stats as the time goes on in the match. So you can really check out the court director stuff. It's been a lot of fun to see. All right, so Macy Elliott starts us off. Serving to Carrie Delmonico. Shot goes into Gebbia in the corner by Lalic, and here we are.
15 love.
All right, Lauren Gebbia returning now. She's got a big backhand, pulls the trigger on 2 in a row there. And there's that kind of medium-pace softball into the screen. All the players are super bundled up. And for those of you who have gotten this bundled up when you got 4 layers on, it takes a minute to get used to moving that way until you can start stripping down. And that's a great a little waterfall there from Lalic. And Lalic, she's tall. She's got, she's close to 6 feet, and that gives her that window to kind of get on top of the ball and hit it down from more places. So she's got a great waterfall overhead. He lobbed short here today. The key for them is to actually truly lob really well consistently and take really good spot shots. And right now they're not lobbing. They haven't gotten them past the service box. And it's
and you're seeing that,
go ahead, man.
Lalic and Elliott are really taking advantage of the weather. They've really controlled the pace of their overhead to the point where that ball is just not coming off the screen, and it's tied up Lauren Gebbia 3 times.
Delmonico serving first, right? Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
So Curry Delmonico to serve. And yeah, so my key for them in the first early going is concentrate on their lobs, height and depth. Get them so they're hitting from the service line time and time again. And then they won't be able to just dive in screens, or you'll be able to cut them off. But I think you make a great point, Randy, that off pace, if you can sort of hold your overhead and give it an off pace shot and get it to the screen, that is going to be a weapon today. All right, good point there from Delmonico Gebbia.
Love.
Oh, that was a howitzer.
15 all.
Wow. There's a little firepower there, huh?
That's a lot of firepower there, Randy.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in the, in the hut, and it knocked me back a little. And then they go with a off-pace little dinky drive. You go from the howitzer to the dink drive there, and it's not that Elliott doesn't have power, but what a combo of things there. And that is 3 quick points on 3 great drives. And this is the other part of it, Randy, that I think, too, where we're talking about, them focusing on their lobs in the early going for Gebbia and Delmonico, is they may have to stay back a little bit, here and there, just because of the firepower that's on the other end of it. If they're not able to make the first volley consistently, they're already trying now a I formation and staying back. I love the play. Goes for the lob volley over the head. I'm not sure she should have come in there.
Game, Elliott Lalic. Elliott Lalic lead 2-0 in the first set.
Well, I think what we're seeing is also what you talked about early is proving itself, that the faster the pace of play is, the more it gives an advantage to Elliott and Lalic. Delmonico and Gebbia have to find a way to slow this down and sort of, reduce the threat of some of that offense.
That's a perfect drop shot opportunity. She takes a great run there from Gebbia, who's the director over at Englewood. Surprised not to see another drop there. And you will see, yeah, there we go, perfect. If they do not lob high and deep and get these guys past the service line, it's going to be dangerous. So we're going to see Lalic use this strategy frequently. She loves driving the ball more than she likes trying to get in and volley that first one. And so she'll just hit basically a ball in the box. There's no challenge to the service return. But the challenge is if you don't hit it really strong, she wraps a drive right back at you. And this is what she wants. Then she's looking to attack there, you see, on her drive. Like drive it low, come in, get a blitz opportunity if you pop up the volley. She's going to hit it again. And by the way, she'll hit it off the forehand and backhand. Some people are like, oh, just hit it to her backhand then. No, she's going to hit that too.
That's got a cannon too.
Yes, correct. She's going to hit a lot. You can get her to overdrive. This will be like one of the things that hopefully they can try to do. That was helpful. 2 faults here in this game. Of course, on the men's side, that would be now a no-ad point game. Here it's deuce. She's going to hit that. Yeah, she's not even going to come in that time unless she can get in early. I would take a few of these returns once in a while and whack them at the net man. Just to have her have Macy Elliott think about it, because this is not a strong serve.
Deuce.
Interesting that she's serving underhand.
That out.
Yeah, it's just an underhand roller, but it's, not a heavy topspin. She's just rolling it underhand. She would be able to come over the top and hit it hard. I think this is just a strategy they've decided on. Gebbia misses there. Anytime you miss that return, you feel silly. But you have Elliott up there sort of looking to poach and looking to move. And if you don't hit a good drive back, she really does punish you. Again, another fault. Another break point here. She's sort of 3 faults here, keeping them in this game. And they got to just get on the board to Gebbia and Delmonico.
Deuce.
Switch at the net, but not a good time for it because the lob is not deep enough. So they get caught in the switch there, and it's another break point. I think this is their 5th break point here. Kola Bubnik here, one of our tournament directors and the director here at the Weston Golf Club. So there is game.
Delmonico, Gebbia.
Delmonico Gebbia, and it's time to talk about one of our great sponsors, Labor. And Labor brings technology and business together through sound advice, skillful delivery, and selective leadership search. Labor, people-powered, technology-enabled. And they've done a great job here, as you mentioned before, Randy, about getting the sponsors and this whole tournament together. All right, so Lauren Gebbia to serve. Two, 1. For Elliott and Lalic. Yeah, they're going to take the net now. That's a good lob. That high, deep lob. Concentrate on that. There we go. Great move. And that's what Delmonico can do so well. Use the lob, and she recognizes, she steps up now, and she one-times the ball off the drive. She doesn't actually have power. If you hit it to her slow, she won't power it, but she can use your power, redirect it, and move the pieces around the board really well. That time, she sticks it down at their feet. It's a great shot. Waterfall. Just out. She tried to go right off her hip there. It's a good look.
You make a great point. I think a lot of us believe that our drive has to be a cannon, and in reality, Carrie does a great job of managing that pace, those off-pace drives when her opponent is off the net, getting it to their shoelaces, creating a difficult situation and then getting a volley error.
Yeah, it's sort of using your skills to the best that they can be used. Oh, it's a good little move. She misses the drop angle there.
40-15.
All right, couple of game points to tie this up for Gebbia. And yeah, she doesn't have that like quick acceleration forehand. It's flat. It's basically completely flat almost. And she'll even use a slight underspin chip forehand some of the time. And it's without that kind of heavy acceleration that you see from some other players. And but she can take it early, put the ball down, and she holds it very well, meaning it's a very compact stroke.
40-30.
All right, 40-30 here. Elliott pretty much exclusively using sort of a rolling drive. You know, dippers, you got like Lalic hitting with spin, but hitting it harder. And Elliott's just constantly trying to like dip the ball, roll it in there. It's a nice little combination of balls. Elliott can drive it harder as well. I think she's designing this on purpose to kind of have the two of them work two different ways. Great get. Oh.
40 all.
Another well-paced over it, dying this In these chilly temperatures here in Boston. For those of you joining us, we've got the women's quarterfinals here with our number 8 seed, Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia, against our 2 seed, Macy Elliott and Lisa Lalic.
Oh, just a
Got Lauren.
howitzer right at the net there. You just brought up her name, and she just, that was a good break there. They were down 40-15, gritted out a couple of points, and then 2 quickies on a fault and a thunder drive. So 3-1. They're going to have to get much further back on these balls off the screen. They're just letting them get behind them. You can't, you know, the ball's just not coming off. It's too cold. So that slow screen has really been the weapon out here right now.
30-15.
About 5-10%.
40 love.
Oh, that's a great get. Smooth. Just kept them moving out of position.
Elliott Lalic. Elliott Lalic lead 4-1 in the first.
All right, Randy, so another one of our terrific sponsors is Corient. And Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. And to learn more, go to corient.com.
So Elliott and Lalic off to a 4-1 lead here. Carrie Delmonico serving. She's currently serving to Lisa Lalic.
Ooh, swing and volley, going hard at the net man with a return, then attacking again. And ducking by Gebbia, smooth move. Yeah, and it was close. I mean, they were up 40-15 to tie this thing at 2-all were Gebbia and Delmonico. And from that moment forward, it really went quick for the next 2 games. They lost that game at 40-15. The issue is, you know, there's just less room for mistakes or giveaways from Delmonico and Gebbia. They have to play a really tight kind of error-free match with a specific strategy. They can't thump with these guys. They have to get really focused on what they want to do ball to ball.
40-30.
That's such a great dipper there. She goes hard and fast. That time she flips the racket sort of up and rolls over it, dips it at her feet. And see, yeah, there's just more control.
Add out.
And it's on their paddles. When they're making their shots, they're forcing these errors and getting blitz and attacking winners quickly. They got to play long, slower points. It's tough, though. That one's going to go a little long.
40 all.
They're not really willing to stay back, so it's just like a tough game. Like they're going to have to make a couple of big volleys and get in there. If they can get the net, they'll be okay because, yeah, they can attack the screens in there too. The problem is the offense is so strong, it's just hard for them to get it. That's a great shot.
You know, and today that off-pace drive that she just hit there is just brutal because that ball is a rock in these temperatures.
Yeah, that's a great point.
There's no play off of that paddle.
A great flick that time from Delmonico.
Great angle here to watch Macy Elliott defend in this corner. Watch her footwork, how well she moves and anticipates. Gets that paddle set.
Yeah, they're working her, and she did a great job, and they did a great job defending that. That was good playing on all sides. Oh, just missed it. She had the spot. Go for a little too much. This Lalic, just wide.
He's going to have to watch that foot fault on the serve there.
Yeah, well, no call. And that's one of the umpire's purviews. Good close there by Gebbia. She knows the drive's coming. She closes in, gets a little tighter. It's a good let cord for the winner. All right, game point here. Big drive. She just misses it.
Game, Delmonico, Gebbia. Elliott.
It's a must-win game for Delmonico and Gebbia.
And they get it. And then the last game, you know, that Lalic played, she threw in 3 or 4 faults. And that definitely aided in the break. So they got that last game and then the break before against Lalic. See if he works out those service errors, hones in on where she's aiming her serve, the pace and the spin she's putting on it. All right. Lalic to serve. Great high lob there. Yeah, great shot.
15 love.
If you're going to go to that deuce side, you better get that ball to the screen with Macy.
Yeah, agreed.
Can't let
And
her
I
cut
also
that
think,
off.
I think, Randy, they're hitting a lot of down-up overheads, and they're not really putting any, like letting any drop going long through the court. And that's giving them a lot of drives that they're able to hit downward. And as you mentioned before, the ball is like a rock. Ooh, just on the line there. It was super close. Oh, great shot. She tried to waterfall it, and it doesn't get over. Gebbia reaches up and rolls it down. Elliott can't come up with a volley. That's a good try on the hands. She went for the big poach, but then she got stuck. I think for Lalic, she had to recognize that when Elliott missed that first poach, she had to hit a high lob to give her time to get back. She went for the drive anyway, and that hurt him. A double break point here.
30-40.
And quick fault there.
Game, Delmonico, Gebbia. Elliott, Lalic lead 4-3 in the first set.
All right, so great job from Delmonico Gebbia.
Getting a little help from Lalic and Elliott, but they are
It's been
playing.
7 games. Do you want a new ball?
They're playing tough, and they're back on serve.
You hear the umpire asking if they wanted a new ball. I thought it was sort of a mandatory thing where she's just tossing a new ball, but it's an ask. I don't think they're getting a new ball. I think they're just playing on with the one they got.
15 love.
Now there's an example
15
of that.
all.
The cold weather ball dying on Carrie's paddle.
Yeah, Elliott and Lalic are definitely, you know, they're just bringing a ton of drives, and they've missed a few, like quite a few. As you mentioned before, they're, you know, I would say 70% of the points, you know, that Gebbia and Delmonico are winning is more like they're going for it. They keep going for it, and then they miss it. And those guys are defending really well against it, and they're, you know, and they're continuing to just go for it. And the conditions, though, are tough. It is so cold out there. It's tough to keep your hands warm, tough to keep everything and control the ball. As you mentioned before, it's like a rock. You don't have the same feel on it. You can't compress it. See, there, Gebbia did something she would never do if the weather was different. She just moved in. She was like, she's going to drop shot it. It's too cold. I'm not going to get it, so I'll move in and see what happens. That's a great overhead there. Ooh.
40-30.
All right, game point to even this up. Ooh, it's gonna go just wide.
40 all. Add in.
Elliott and Lalic continue to allow Delmonico and Gebbia to stay in this. Delmonico and Gebbia are doing a fabulous job of keeping the ball in play. But Lalic and Delmonico are giving them some unforced errors here.
Yeah, you can see Elliott's getting a little frustrated there. She missed that last drive and pounded a racket against her leg. And they're doing a good job. They're blunting the offense enough. The cold weather, you know, it's got to be making a difference out here for sure. Oh, gets her back, and she tries to get it down overhead from behind the service line. Just not enough room. All right, deuce. Obviously a huge game. They're making their comeback down from 4-1. And they were up in this game as well. Oh, big hit there. What a volley. Doing a great job defending the volleys. And they keep coming. Gets her to reach that time.
Add out.
Now it's game point. Lalic took a little off that drive, making sure she was going to make it.
Great lobs, keeping them back at the service line.
Oh, caught her. She's been hitting that forehand hip volley, and she hit 5 or 6 of them in the last couple of points. And then she goes inside to her left hip, and she can't flip the paddle over in time. It's just a great shot. And Delmonico has great hands. It allows her to hit that forehand one, but that time she got caught. It was a big game, Randy.
There's that cold weather coming into play there. A little bit of a miss hit on the volley, but just dies on the court.
Great spot there from Gebbia.
15 all.
There you can see Delmonico there. She put her hands down, like just settle it down there a little. She went for that kind of fadeaway attacking overhead. All right, 40-15. And here's where, the big difference was that we saw this in the game when they had the chance to tie it up at 2-all. And then they didn't. And then all of a sudden they went quickly to 4-1. And they got to bear down in these couple moments. That's going to be a tough dig. What a dig it is. But can Gebbia come up with that one? No. And that is game in first set.
Elliott Lalic lead 1-0.
So Elliott and Lalic have managed to pull out the first set 6-3 here. We'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by Joho and Streambox Labs and match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Randy Markey here with Brad Easterbrook at the Weston Golf Club with this quarterfinal match between Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia versus Lisa Lalic and Macy Elliott at the Boston Open. Brad, let's look at the statistics from first set.
All zeros, there we go.
Pretty blank.
All right, that was really fast. All right, what's going on here?
Here we go.
All right, there we go. So, yep, 58% of the points won for longest point streak was 8, and the 3-point streak. And it's funny, those streaks that happened, that was big to me, the whole point of the game. Every time it got close when they had a chance to catch it up, they didn't do it, and you could see sort of like Elliott and Lalic sort of bear down in those moments. And then when they did, and they weren't able to kind of get tied up, Delmonico and Gebbia went on sort of negative runs at that moment, right? Where they all of a sudden she's hitting a fadeaway smash, and then Gebbia misses the connect drive, and it's just 2 points right there, and then quickly the set went. And that's kind of like the story of the match. And as we said earlier, Randy, really for Delmonico and Gebbia, they have less margin for error. They have to kind of bear down in all the moments.
Yeah, and listen, Elliott and Lalic have given them their opportunities. There were a number of unforced errors there, but the firepower on that side of the net is something to be dealt with, and I think they've done a nice job of controlling pace and variability on their overheads as well, which has kept. I mean, Delmonico and Gebbia have done a nice job defending, but they've just done a fabulous job of managing the pace of play and sort of dictating this match.
Yeah, they're certainly dictating it for sure. All right, so Carrie Delmonico serving here in the second set, 15 all now. And she'll be serving over here to Macy Elliott, her partner at the net, Lauren Gebbia. Of course, in the ad side, Elizaveta Lalic. Yeah, the best, and by far, what they've done a great job with is just defending. And these guys just keep coming. You could see, like, Lalic and Elliott, that's 4 or 5 drives in a row. They're just coming.
Well, and they are
just great.
recognizing that the faster the pace of play, the more it is to their advantage, and they are doing a really nice job of.
Yeah, and they're willing to accept that they're going to miss a bunch, or they're going to make some errors. And when they make a few errors, they just go back to the drawing board. They're not happy about it, but they're keeping coming. At 34, that was a tremendous shot there. She kind of just feathered that ball right behind Lalic for a winner. All right, the guys are all getting in here. Here comes Grigorovic and Stojic, and we'll, of course, be going in the men's quarterfinals right after this one. Got the crew. The pleasure of seeing Johan Durant back out on the court. He's doing a lot of pickleball these days, but everyone very excited to see him back out here. And then, of course, it's going to be
hometown crowd.
Yep, all day long paddle here. Oh, good dig. Oh, just such a dipper there. Yeah, she tries to dink, and she leaves it high, and she pays the price, but does get the soccer kick of the ball over the net, so bonus.
But again, Gebbia and Delmonico did an amazing job defending against that barrage of drives.
Yep. That's right at the crease. Oh, good. But you can't handle it. She thought it might go up the line. Then the ball shoots into her a little bit. Too good. All right, game point here. Ah. And Lalic goes right at Gebbia. Couldn't come up with it. And really, sort of, Randy, I guess that's been the story of the entire match. Guy Moore in the house is, when Delmonico and Gebbia can defend the drives, they can hang in there and possibly get the error. And if they miss a couple, it's just a back and forth battle here of volleys versus the firepower. And they're not backing down. They're not staying back and saying we're going to lob and play long points. They're just going for it. And they're going to, I'm not sure it's sustainable, like in a way to get a win, but it's certainly, ballsy.
We know Carrie has no quit in her.
Oh, that's for sure. Oh, what a get there.
What a get.
That was outstanding. And that's the athleticism there of Macy Elliott. Yeah, that's good. That time she guessed right on all of them. She went forehand, forehand. She knew she was coming over to the backhand. She got set up again there, Delmonico. Just more of the barrage of drives.
Gary putting on a volley clinic.
Yes, it really is. It's almost like a drill. Like these guys are just working on their drives, and the other guys are just working on their volleys. All right, so deuce there. Oh, just powers that through the middle. This goes quick turnaround drive there on the backhand side. She's not really balanced, but she was trusting her hands to make that shot. Couldn't come up with it. Great drive there. Changes it completely to a flat ball that time from Elliott instead of the spinners that she's been using. And there's another one, 2 giant flat balls. Gebbia didn't even know she made the volley. She hit it straight up in the air. She didn't know where it went, and she hesitated for a second running back.
Elliott Lalic, first set, 6 games to 3.
Well, Delmonico and Gebbia had their shot there, but
Well, they've clearly made the decision. They're going down with the volley ship, meaning they're going to just stand up to this thing. If they can do it well enough, they can make a move. And they had 2 opportunities to tie the match in the first set. Once to get to 2-all, and once to get to 4-all deep into that second set. And they just weren't able to quite do it. So it may be their best option, because staying back and, unless they can really get the great lobs, maybe they don't think they can control the lob well enough in this, weather. And the advantages to the net team hitting those slow ones into the, screens. So either way, they're determined this is like the strategy they're going to use, and I get it. And if they can get, Lalic and Elliott to miss a few, they can be right in this or get close. And I think that's the goal. Once you get close, anything can kind of happen.
I think you make a great point, Brad, that in these temperatures, it really is hard to control the ball. And what would you say to a club level player playing in temperatures like this about managing the defense in the backcourt?
Yeah, managing the defense in the backcourt, it's tricky. I personally would not let the ball go into the corners as much. I might adjust my positioning slightly over, or at least get very good at reading when I'm hitting a little bit of a shorter lob. Because the balls that go behind you, I still think making somebody hit a winner into the center screen is the better option, right? You know what I mean? Don't let them do this shot, right? That you can't let that right there happen, which just happened to Delmonico there. You got to be defending your corners more, forcing them to play in the middle, or at least getting it out in there, because it's just too cold. The ball's not going to come out enough. Oh, that's great pace there. Not sure if it clipped the net a little bit. Beautiful shot there from Delmonico. And I understand it, Randy. Like, they're going to go down with coming up and volleying and the rest of it. But the only issue is they're not in control, right? The team that's in control is Elliott and Lalic, right? So what they're counting on is they're going to be able to get a few more errors here and there. And maybe it's the best way to go about it for them. Maybe they don't think they'll be in control anyway if they start hitting higher lobs and getting back there. So I get it. Wow, that's a ridiculous shot off the screen there. Low off the screen.
Love 15.
You hit that overhead, and you 99% of the time will feel like you've hit a good overhead that's safe and even a pressure overhead. And Lalic goes for it and makes it off the top of the net. Crazy shot.
Gebbia came up with a great first volley there, but Lalic came right back at her. Little off pace, and got it low and behind her. She was a little late on that one.
Range there from Lalic. She thinks she's driving that ball around her, but Lalic just sticks her paddle out and sort of slaps it behind her. It's a good serve, pulls Elliott wide. She does go for it down the line. That's the way the ball's tracking for her, and it's an easy shot to go for. She just misses it. It's the fault there.
Elliott Lalic lead 3 games to 0 in the second set. Elliott Lalic won the first set, 6 games to 3.
There's just so much pressure, Randy.
Okay. Lalic to serve at 3-love in the second. What adjustment are you thinking here? Anything?
I mean, this has
Are they
actually
going to
been the
continue
one.
to go for it?
I mean, this has been the one trouble spot actually for Elliott and Lalic. Lalic got broke twice in that first set. That was 2 of the 3 games they got. Was attacking the Lalic serve and then oofa, and then so this is a good opportunity to just get that first game and get underway. This is that drive there though. I think the problem with the other strategy of kind of coming in and just volleying everything is that these guys, and there's a miss there. They made some errors in the first set, Elliott and Lalic, and they seem to be getting a little better, right? Meaning like they're honing in on a drive, 5, 6, 7 in a row, not missing, finding a spot, but this has been their savior right here, the Lalic service game. So they got to get this. And then from here, just build, The way they're playing it, I mean, if they start missing a couple, or if, Delmonico and Gebbia can just come up with a couple of great shots, get a left court volley that comes over, Tide could possibly turn a little. They can get their moment. They had, like, little moments in the first set.
Macy hitting those little probing drives.
Yeah, they're good. Good volleys there. Drop shot time, yes. It's a good opportunity for the drop there. Oh, such a good drive.
Such a good drive. I love this angle, being able to watch the footwork and the setup of the player in this ad corner, and watching Macy go to work, her footwork, her anticipation. It's
Well,
really,
she's gotten even more aggressive in this set, Randy. That's the fault. Ooh, Justin. She's trying some cut overheads there. Delmonico tries to one-time that one, just hits it, top of the tape. All right, game point here. To me, this is kind of like the must-win game here. They've been able to break her basically every single time. And they need to continue that. They just got to get a game here. And from the game last time, they were able to kind of build a little, get a couple errors.
Love it. And if the computer situation that you're trying doesn't work, if there's a third person there who could make a run to the basket.
Macy doing a nice job of what you were talking about in this weather, which is keeping that ball off the screen, blocking as many of them as she can.
And we should note that we didn't talk about this at all, but they've changed, like how they're approaching this one a lot. You're seeing Elliott slide over into that ad side and staying over there a bit more. They don't switch back. They return the other way. Oh, good move, but that one's going out. All right, so big moment there.
Elliott Lalic lead 3-1 in the second set. Love 15.
All right, a little I formation, a little Aussie. Right there, great volley. Another huge shot. Oh, great move and anticipation from Lalic. She started moving forward on the Elliott drive. She has faith in her partner's shot. Elliott does dip it down. Lalic cuts in front, puts it away. There it is again.
Love
Love the
That
play.
wingspan is really remarkable.
Well, it's really just been the story of the match, the firepower these guys have off the ground, and sort of the length. It's the length for Lalic and the athleticism for Elliott, and their fast game.
Elliott Lalic is the
4-1.
4 games to 1 in the second set. Elliott Lalic from the first set, 6 games to 3.
All right, time to talk about another one of our great sponsors, Miller and Company. And Miller and Company is a Compass real estate agency consistently ranked as a top producer in the greater Boston area. The Miller and Company team is excited to be a supporter of the great game of paddle and the Boston Open. Miller and Company for all your real estates.
We're here in Boston at the Weston Golf Club watching this quarterfinal match with Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia. Currently behind 1-4 against Macy Elliott and Lisa Lalic.
This is that one wide. Had a good look.
That was a case study right there in pace management, right? They location, not worrying about pace. She's missed that one wide, but she was really controlling those drives and placing them rather than trying to overpower anybody there. Just got unlucky.
Nice little barrage there. Good volley gets from Lalic and Elliott. Oh, what a shot. So athletic. And there's the one ball that they can use more so than, Delmonico and Gebbia. And that's the one where they do get pushed back. They can hit that little pillow overhead. That's a tough shot to hit against Lalic and Elliott because they're just going to thump it anyway. Or they're going to take a quick step up and volley it. Oh, just great hands. I mean, that's a thump there from Gebbia.
15.
Again, Lalic just fantastic hands in position, paddle in front of her. I mean, these are good attacks. And she's still even volleying it down, but Lalic just got her paddle right there. Just beautifully done, 40-15. That's the trouble spot. You cannot let that ball, let him beat you. You could count how many times, Randy, you can look at a match like this, and we talked about the cold weather and this and that. All right, so it's 5-1 now. We're down to it now for Gebbia and Delmonico. But how many times have, Lalic and Elliott beaten them in the middle with something low down the middle, like when they're at the net, right? The answer is probably 0. But how many times have they beaten them in the corner, right? And the answer is probably, whatever, 8-10, And when you have a 0 to 8-10, it sort of leads you to what we were talking about earlier, that you got to protect the corners in this cold weather. Oh, just, again, the reach and the attack. And it is triple match point for Elliott and Lalic. Lalic to return. Oh, jeez, went for the flat ball. Pure power.
15-40.
I ducked from here.
You're in Park City and you're afraid. Yeah, just check your blood pressure, Randy. You'll be all right. And there it is, game, set, and match for Elliott and Lalic. Great tournament for Delmonico and Gebbia. So, Randy, any thoughts?
Well, I think what we're seeing here is exactly what we expect, which is Elliott and Lalic bringing the heat. They are very dominant in their ability to control the pace of play and to sort of dictate the match. And, Listen, Gebbia and Delmonico did a phenomenal job in that first set of defending. They just couldn't quite keep it together in the second set to take advantage of some of the unforced errors they got in the first.
And I also think they just got better, Elliott and Lalic. They honed in on their drives. They made less mistakes. They had, 20 blitz finishes there at the end. Yeah, they just got better. They were committed to the drive and the attack, and the other guys committed to basically, let's go. Your drives, we're going to volley. And as the second set went on, they just got better. And too good. A lot of firepower there. Kudos to them. All right, we'll be right back, I guess, at 10:15 with the next round and men's quarterfinal matches. Randy, that was a pleasure.
Good stuff, Brad. Thanks. We'll see you on the other side.
A lot of founders start out with an idea, maybe in a garage, in a shared workspace, and really being a co-pilot along that whole journey from ideation to execution to maybe monetization one day is really the role we've decided to take in the marketplace. So I feel like we have really found a part of the market and offering that just really hasn't existed. It's this coaching, it's therapy, it's co-piloting on a journey that is unique.
Hi, I'm Anna Maria Zubori. I'm going to give you a tip how to adjust your drive in the cold weather. I find that some club players in the cold weather are just trying to get into the rhythm by trying to hit harder and harder, and that is one of the only adjustments. Instead of that, what I try to do, I try to look for different placement on the court. I try to bend my knees and stay low. The ball is not as bouncy, it's a little heavier, so without really bending my knees, the drive is not going to be as successful. So stay low, look for the compact swing, look for the openings, and with all of that, if all of that is working, the power is going to follow. I'm Anna Maria Zubori. I hope you enjoy this tip.
So I'm gonna kill the streak. No, not yet. I'll do it.